Welcome, Justice. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on and do an interview with us. So today we are going to be discussing about how bullying in childhood can affect your mental health later on in life if you do not speak out and get help. So do you want to start by telling us a bit about yourself, Justice?
Well, my name is Justice. I am a 47-year-old trans man. I am from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, but now I reside in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. I I am in school for audio production at Full Sail University, and
Well done, you.
yeah.
How are you
I'm
finding the
loving it.
course? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much so. We just started a new class. It's pretty much like music theory, and I'm loving it so far. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. How long have you got to go for this?
I got 2 more years yet.
Yeah. That's fantastic, though. Good for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Positive. It's all positive.
yeah,
So what
yeah. With the COVID, with that hitting, that's pretty much what got me into trying to find something to do because at that time I was living in a nursing facility and we were on lockdown, like complete. Nobody could come in, nobody could go out. So during that time, I figured, hey, why not try to find something to do, educate myself, and that's what brought me here.
That's brilliant. I think a lot of people in lockdown um, done a lot of different things.
Oh
Tried
yeah,
started a lot of online businesses and things like that because obviously you couldn't do anything. So I
yeah,
think a lot more businesses have started, and people like yourself have started courses and things like that. So good for you to do that. That's great.
yeah,
really
yeah.
brilliant.
And
And
we
Well,
have
I'm
and we have been listening to your bits that you've put out on Instagram, which were really good. Yeah, you're gonna
yeah.
be
I love
amazing.
I love music. I love music. It's an addiction.
Yeah,
Always, it's always been in my family. So why not just go for it?
yeah, brilliant.
well done. I'm sure you're going to do absolutely brilliant. Well done, really, Justice. That's really brilliant.
Power, man.
Thank you.
Power to you.
Thank you.
So, Justice, moving on to the next question. So, do you feel comfortable a bit about sharing about the bullying you experienced in childhood? If you feel
Yes, I do.
comfortable.
Uh, my first bullies were like schoolmates and as well as a teacher of mine. I'm not going to get into names or anything like that because that doesn't need to know. And people have apologized for that in the past. So, um, it was basically because I was in education and it seemed like they forgot that they were in as well. And they would bully me because, I was pretty smart in that class that I could have moved on, but I didn't because other things were going on at the house that I was just too afraid that if something would have happened, that I couldn't graduate. So I just held myself back. And they were like name calling, um, getting punched, stuff like that. So it affected me a lot growing up as well as some with the childhood because adulthood because I ended up getting into abusive relationships that because I wasn't healed from childhood trauma, it affected me later on in life.
That's quite common,
So
isn't it? That's
yeah,
quite common if
yeah,
you've been bullied. I know quite a few people that because they were bullied at school and and abused, whatever, they have gone on to get involved in abusive relationships because it's kind of all they know.
yeah,
The abuse is kind
yeah.
of stuck with them, and it's all that they know until maybe they meet somebody else that's kind of like, hold on a minute, this isn't
Yeah.
how it's meant to be, you know? You're supposed to
Yeah.
be happy and enjoy your life.
It's like a safe space.
Yeah.
Like the bully and everything.
Mm.
It became safe and the only thing that you knew. And then my parents, they would argue all the time. So,
Yeah,
oh, that's how relationships are supposed to be.
exactly. And you
And
normalize it, don't you? You normalize it
yeah,
at the end
yeah,
because that is
yeah,
all that you know until, like I
yeah,
said, someone else comes along and makes you realize that actually, no, that is not how it's meant to be. You know, you don't have to put up with abuse in a relationship, whether it's mentally, physically, or otherwise, you know.
yeah,
But it's very difficult if you've normalized that anyway to move to what is right, you know,
yeah,
what is normal, not what we normalize, but what is normal, you know.
yeah,
Difficult. It's very difficult.
exactly.
Yeah, psychologically,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to move on to that.
Yeah, it's hard to move past that. Then
Ex-
that's pretty much why I'm single now, because I'd rather be happy, be single, than have to deal with somebody else's stuff or
Yeah,
having that to deal with my stuff.
yeah, but maybe
So,
sort of later on, you know, when you've had
yeah,
time to
maybe.
yourself.
I
Um,
mean, I'm open to it. It's just right now with school and stuff like that, it's kind of like right now I don't have time for that. I mean, I go to school for 2 days a week and it's taking up like 60 hours of my time. I have very little time to myself, but I make it a priority because
well,
I
yeah,
have to.
exactly, and it's good to have time for yourself as well. You know,
Yeah,
self-care as well. You know, it's there's no rush to get into anything, is there? But
yeah,
one
no,
day you'll find someone that is, you know, is not what you're used to, and you'll be like, my God, this is amazing.
yeah, like wow.
Yeah, and you'll really be
I know it's
blown
out there.
away.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm wondering,
exactly.
Justice. I'm wondering if do you like to be called Justice or
Yes,
okay? I'm
Justice
just
or
wondering,
JD.
Justice, why Sherri is being really quiet.
I'm just listening to everything.
Yeah.
And because normally,
Yeah, I
Taking
was
over.
no, Justice, because
wondering.
normally she's the one that's like, oh, like this, right?
I'm just listening to the harmony, okay? So, Justice, so what help have you had so far after speaking out? Or firstly, have you spoken
um,
to other people so much about it? Have you had any help?
um, when I was younger, I didn't have any help, and that's probably why I search it so much now. Um, I've had some help as an adult, like, but I haven't really opened up a can of worms, pretty much to say,
Yeah.
until like my my last counselor, she was great, but she thought, hey, I think you need a little bit more help because that was just over the phone. And with the pandemic, it's really hard now to find a counselor, but I'm in the process of finding one. It's just it's really hard.
And that's the thing, it's one thing finding a counselor, but actually finding someone who you feel really safe with
Yeah,
to actually open up to. That's really
yeah.
important and they're really hard to come by. So there's good ones out there. Just keep searching, do your research and
Oh yeah.
find someone.
Yeah.
Um so you didn't open up at all in childhood. You didn't mention to anyone what was going on at all.
I
No.
mentioned it to my mom,
Yeah.
and she was like a backbone to me.
Okay.
I
That's
mean, with everything that I've gone through with dialysis, with you know having a kidney transplant and everything, she was the one person in my entire life that I could actually count on being there and being like, hey, we had enough. Either you do something or something's going to be done.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's great
she,
that you've had your mum in your life.
yeah,
Difficult, at least she was there to support you and help you through those times.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
Is that your question?
Yeah, all my questions.
So when you do have time for yourself, how do you, apart from your music, of course, how do you make yourself a priority?
I definitely like to go shopping.
So do I. I
I,
love shopping. You can never get me out of the shopping centre. I'm always in trouble by
well,
Hours, Justice, hours in there. I'm just going in this shop. 5 hours later, I'm still waiting for her to choose something, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be a minute." Does
That's
this
what
look
it's
right?
all about, shopping and fashion and treating yourself, no?
yeah, yeah.
When you have
Well,
the
I like to do it online. I can't. I don't.
time.
Online is great. I
The
just
thing
sit
is, when
there on
I
the
do it
computer.
online, then I always order the wrong size. So I have to send it back and then reorder it. So it's a proper nightmare. I
Yeah.
prefer to go and try it on. But
Well, that's not very good considering we're going to start a shop online, is it?
yeah,
Hey,
well, it's
you know,
different for our business, isn't
I
it?
know. I
I'm
saw
trying to
the
get
stuff.
customers, you know, and she's
Proper joker, this one.
so okay. So how would you say then that with your bullying and everything, how does it affect the relationships that you have with people now? You know, do you find it easy to make friends or
I'm very
you
cautious.
Mhm.
I'm very cautious with people, especially online. And yeah, I know, right? Like, I always make sure that the person is either been on for a while and what they have on their content.
It's Leo.
Oh,
Sorry, he just wants his ball. Yeah.
That's my little boy.
oh, he's cute.
Thank
And I also check and see who you're friends with.
Mm.
And definitely if I have two certain people that you're friends with, I'm definitely going to add you because obviously you're good people, or the wool over my eyes.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, like, so do you? I mean, you have good relationships with your family. Is it your niece?
Yeah, I haven't. I actually talk to my niece, sometimes when she isn't busy with her boyfriend or work or school,
Yeah, yeah.
and definitely my cousin.
So you have
My cousins.
quite a close
Yeah,
sort of network there, then.
I'm very close to them. My my cousin sent me a card the other day and told me just how proud she is of me,
Oh,
because even like 2 years ago, to have my own place and everything, I
hmm
never thought I would. So, and then in school on top of that, I mean, I'm doing pretty good here.
you are, and you should be very proud of yourself. Um,
Yeah,
because it takes a lot of courage to get yourself into school and move
yeah,
and just basically to adjust to a new life. You know, it's when you've been through things like you have and that, and and you have to
yeah.
adjust to a new life basically. So well done you for doing that. Um, do you would you say so? Would you say your mental health has improved since you've been
Oh
doing it?
yeah,
Do you do
very
anything
much
else?
so.
Do you do anything else to help
I
your mental
I,
health?
I like to write.
Yeah.
I love writing
Yeah,
as well. I hate drawing, but I love writing. Writing
I
stories, writing everything.
yeah, like I write a lot of poetry and songs. And like just last night, I wrote a little upbeat dance song and I showed it to one of my friends on Instagram. And she's like, "Oh, this is hot." And I'm like, "Yeah."
You want to do a demo for us now, Justice? You can do a
Huh?
demo for us now if you like.
No.
No?
Uh,
Oh
no, I'm
my
a
God,
little shy.
Justice. Oh my. So, your plans for the future then? Apart from like what you want to achieve, get your bachelor's,
um,
your plans, what do you see
um,
for yourself in the future?
I'm hoping I could work in the music business and be a producer or a mixer or some sort, But also, I can possibly get my degree in psychology
Oh,
and
wow.
work with people. Yeah,
That's amazing.
and do music therapy.
Yes. Yeah, that's really important. Music
Oh
therapy.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's helped me, so I
Yeah.
know it can help
So,
others.
um, tell us a little bit about your kidney transplant that you had, because you talk
Okay.
about it a lot on Instagram, and
Yeah, I do.
you know, give us an insight into how that all came about. And
I was diagnosed with E. coli when I was 2 years old
wow,
and was rushed to the hospital to Hershey Medical Center here in Pennsylvania. And at age, I ended up having high blood pressure. And then at age 14, I ended up having a seizure, which they found out the reason I had a seizure was due to my kidney failing.
right,
And then I was on dialysis for 4 years, ended up with two fistulas, 17 ports in my chest for dialysis. And thank God I had my mom then, because I don't think I would have survived. Because my dad, he was there, but he wasn't present like a parent should be.
yeah,
I mean, he pretty much taught me how to not be a parent.
right, okay,
But yeah.
yeah. Oh wow, and you're feeling okay, like
Yeah, yeah. It's been the 29th. Was my 29-year anniversary. And I
right.
got my transplant at age 18. So, and it's been running ever since. No problems, no nothing. And it's been perfect. Thank God.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well
Yeah.
done. So last question really is, what advice would you give someone who has gone through what you've gone through, and you know uh how they could possibly move forward?
In terms of bullying and
Speak
Yeah,
child.
out.
after being bullied and stuff. um yeah.
Definitely speak out. And it doesn't matter who you go to, if it's one person to 100 people, just continue to speak out until you get to the right one who actually will handle the situation.
And
And
that is brilliant advice, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay.
and if possible, if you're too scared to, write a letter, you know, uh, tell them the situation. You don't have to put your name down, except I would um, let them, especially if it's an adult doing it, I would definitely um, do anything you can, even if it's like not putting the name down, just saying, hey, I'm being bullied, listen to me. Because there's got to be somebody who will listen. And if you're too shy or too scared to do those things, make sure you get help as an adult. Because that's the only way you will succeed in life, is getting the help you need. And also, you are good enough. You are good enough to get the help you need. You deserve a better life than what you had as a child.
Exactly. And our past shouldn't define our future.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's children speaking out. There's a lot more options for them now, obviously,
Yeah.
than back then.
Yeah.
There's certain organisations that they can sort of ring, and things like that.
Yeah.
It's improved so much, even though it needs improving more, but it's improved a lot more than obviously back then. And it's we would love to have you come back on.
That'd be great.
We would love you to come back on, and I keep kicking her. You shouldn't sit next to me.
She's doing it on purpose. I know.
Yes. So come back on if you'd like to in a while, and we could continue this about bullying, and it's so important to get that across to people about what who they can go to and stuff like you've done. But I think to keep talking about these issues is really important.
Yes, it is.
We're not just about sort of doing one interview and then forgetting about it. We want to continue with all these different topics, don't we?
Yeah.
So
I think what's really important here is going back to the advice that you gave at the end, is just making sure that people will feel scared, but to try to put that to one side and just try to get the help they need in order to move forward with their life. And that's great advice. And if someone suffered in childhood, then it's never too late to kind of reach out. Sometimes people have that perception that, oh, it happened in childhood, it was a long time ago, so they don't bother to go and get help. Not bother, but they don't think about going to get help. They think they kind of sideline it, whereas it's so important that later on in life we realize that actually this did have a big impact on us, and it's never too late to get help and to speak up. So thank you for sharing that advice and your experience, and we would definitely love for you to come back on, share how you're getting on with your course as well, and give us an update on that.
You'll be taking over the world.
Yeah, you will be. We'll be seeing you on Britain's Got Talent. Well, not Britain, but America's Got Talent or whatever it is. Or something like that. So
That'd be great.
Yeah. But also do stay in touch with us on Instagram, and kind of
definitely will.
Love to hear about your journey, and you should be very proud of everything that you've achieved so far, and everything that you're gonna achieve in all these years to come. So you're doing amazing. You should be really proud, Justice.
Stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong.
Because you're doing so well. You're doing so well. And so you're happy for us to put this recording onto YouTube?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Because that way we get
we'll be able to raise more awareness.
Exactly, get the word out there.
Yeah.
About bullying, etc.
Yeah. And it needs to be out there.
Yes, absolutely.
People really need to realize they're not alone. And
and there's so many people like you, just that haven't found their way in life to move forward, so hopefully by making these videos it'll encourage people to seek the help, or hopefully seek the help that they need to be able to move on with their life in a more positive way. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. We really do appreciate
Thank you for
it.
having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. But we'd love to have you come back on.
Definitely will be.
I'll let you go to bed now.
Just send me an invite.
What time is it there now, Justice?
It is 7 o'clock
7 o'clock in the morning.
morning. Yeah.
Now it's
It's
midday here. 12 o'clock.
time to go back to bed.
Stop
Have your breakfast in bed. I would.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much, Justice, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Have a
Thank
good one.
you.
Justice.
See you later.
Bye.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye.